good morning everybody, we are back again. It is Tuesday the 29th of November and it's time to go over the markets again. As usual, we're going to start on EURGBP. So let's get to it. So for the last few weeks I was expecting it to break above this level here at 88 cents, and obviously for continuation, but as we can see, prices drop back down. Now to me, it just looks like we're in a bit of a range here from this here. If you'd have saw this on the week opening this week on Monday, that would have been a lovely buy. We saw a price drop back to this demand zone here, which is reacted from multiple times, as we can see. And Friday's candle, we gave a nice doji close, so Monday open this week would have been a nice buy to go on that candle open there on the market opening of this week. We did have a reaction yesterday. As you can see, we've had some bullish movement on euro pairs, but not too much. As you can see now, the moving average is moving pretty much horizontal, flatlining, which is indicating sideways movement, obviously. And as we can see, we're just most likely going to be moving in this range. So if you trade in this pair, I would buy from the bottom here at this demand zone, and obviously sell from the top here at this little resistance zone here at 88 cents. So I'm going to delete these little pictures now and take them off the chart, because I'm not looking at that anymore. Take that back. Get rid of that. So yeah, I'll make it look a bit cleaner. You can get rid of that now. Okay, so the chart's looking a bit cleaner now. I'll get rid of that so we can see what's going on. Yeah, as I was just going over what I've just said, just buy from the bottom of this range here at this demand zone at 85 cents. And look to hold it really. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to be scalping, just take your profit mid-range here. This looks like a little supply zone here on the way down to break this level of support, or hold for the top of this range here. But that's all really you can do on EURGBP at the moment. I think we're going to have quite a bit of sideways movement until we break above or below these ranges. So yeah, I won't be taking a trade on this pair at the moment, unfortunately. But if you wanted to, that would be my suggestion on this pair. So with that pair covered, we'll move over to GBPJPY, and that would have been a nice sell if you'd have caught that from this supply zone here. As you can see, we met the supply zone, and we've had multiple 50% candles back to back. I'll zoom in so you can see it a bit more clearer. So as you can see, we came up and hit the supply zone here. We didn't break above. We've had multiple 50% candles. That bearish one would have been my go-to to sell from, as we have a hammer candle, 50% finished bearish. Obviously with Friday last week, it ended on another 50% candle, pretty much the same as EURGBP, didn't move too much. Opening candle this week, as we can see, we've had a big bearish candle. We might get a little pullback today, but I can see price coming back down to this demand zone here. So again, we could look for a possible sell around here when it comes, a possible buy, sorry, when price comes back down here. Because as you can see, we are trading above the moving average. Similar to EURGBP, we could even move sideways in this range here. So if you were selling at this supply zone, take profit at this demand zone, and then flip the switch, and then buy if it doesn't break below and if this demand zone holds. So the range on this, I mean, from bottom to top is still 360 pips. So you know, there's potential for good trades, and to take in this little range here until we break above or below and get some more clear longer term direction. So that'd be my advice on GJ. So with that pair covered, we'll move over to EURAUD, and as you can see, For the past few weeks now, these past three pairs have not been something that I've liked really to trade. EURAUD has been very choppy, as you can see. There's a lot of wicks here, up to the upside and to the downside. Nothing really clear. I'm going to delete that. We hit into the... let's delete some of these drawings just to make the chart a bit clearer so you can get a better idea of what's going on. But as you can see, that trend line looks to be holding. But again, until this supply zone breaks, you know, that's when I'd like to buy in from. This is broken. Move that a little bit, touch more down. So yeah, it's pretty much sideways. As you can see, we've got a lot of big wicks to the downside, and we've also got wicks to the upside. We're moving in this tight range here. I mean, it's not exactly small from the bottom of there to the top. It was 250 pips. So if you're a scalper on the smaller time frames, you can quite easily mark out these resistance zones on the higher time frames, and then on the lower time frames, just buy from the top and sell from the top and buy from the bottom. But for a higher time frame trade that we can get a bit more of a move on, I'd like to see a break of either this trend line here and come down to this demand zone, possibly even the one further down below, or break this supply zone above and then buy on the retest or a higher low that's created once we get some more structural once we get some more trend structure, because this is just bleh, horrible. Yeah, it's not nice looking. You can't really tell what's going on here. You're pretty much guessing at this stage. So yeah, I would scalp it on the smaller time frames, 15 minutes, sell from the resistances and buy from the supports, and just get in and out with your pips if you can, because as you can see, we had this big bullish daily candle yesterday, hit the supply zone, and now today we're having a bearish candle straight back down. So it should be pretty easy trading if you're an intraday scalper on the smaller time frames. But for us here on this channel, yeah, it's not something we're going to trade at the moment, so we'll move on from this pair, and we'll move over to GBPUSD, which, as you all know by now, is a trade we're currently holding. My stop loss is still here at 1.13. Price is moving well in our direction. Currently we are 1,228 pips in profit. We have been 1,388 pips in profit. We're looking to hit the supply zone at the top here. Where does that trend line come? So funnily enough, that channel down here, that's it's weird how that connects up. So this big channel that was coming down on GU, we've just hit the underside of that, as we did previously there. And so when we broke below that channel here, you could have, obviously previously a long time ago back in May, you could have got a sell from the test, the break and retest of that channel, and then all the way down. And now what looks like bullish structures forming, we've just hit the underside of that channel now. So once we create a higher low here and then we do break above that channel, it's proving that, you know, it's not proving, it's showing us good signs that the trade is possibly going to continue. And then there's a big channel top here, where we can start breaking up to the upside even more and continue to hold and move our stop loss further into position. So we're moving well above the we're trading well above the moving average now. We've made another higher high here. I will clone that. So yeah, we're still looking for this higher low here, and then just continuation, keep holding. It's pretty much textbook trading this at the moment, the structure form that it's forming. You know, I mean, I think there's a lot of data coming out this week, is there? Because it's the end of the month, obviously. So usually there's some data that will come out. Yeah, so where are we now? 29th. Today we've got GBP news, USD news. There's a lot of USD news coming out this week, which is obviously going to affect our GU trade and our gold trade that we're in. So let's just hope for bad USD news and it continues our trend. We might even get a short-term, a deeper pullback or a retracement if the USD does produce some good news. So yeah, we're just going to have to keep watching for that. So yeah, just react accordingly. If you see it breaking down and then coming further down, breaking this moving average and coming deeper below, you could actually take profits, or you could just leave your stop loss here. It's up to you. But yeah, as I say, we've already banked profits by moving our stop loss into profit positions, so we can just let price play out as it does. As you can see, the dollar has been bearish, so there's no reason why it should turn bullish at the moment. But we'll have to see what the news produces this week. So yeah, that's something definitely to watch. But as for now, just keep holding, keep marking out these higher lows that are created, and then you can keep moving your stop loss up further. I mean, if we make a higher low this week and then start breaking back above, we can move our stop loss maybe just under the moving average, under this swing low here. But yeah, we'll see how price plays out this week and adjust accordingly, and then we'll revisit this next week to see how we've done. Okay, so with that pair covered, we'll move to EURUSD. With the euro being obviously the direct negative correlation to the US dollar, we've had a nice big push up this week, but it's rejected out. Yesterday's candle did finish bearish. Let me clone that. We did break slightly higher, but yeah, I'd like to see a close above this supply zone for continuation of this trend. We were looking to buy at this level here at 1.018, but price didn't come far enough down for us to buy in. So I'm still looking to buy in on EU. Possibly if this zone breaks and we get a close above, then this looks like it could be a nice demand zone created here, right underneath the supply, and then we can buy on a pullback to this demand zone here. Further down the line, but yeah, as I say, the USD news this week should play out price a bit more to give us a bit more clearer direction of what and when and where we can take a trade on this pair. Okay, so yeah, I'm not going to go over this too much because obviously this week's going to be a deciding factor with the US dollar news coming out, and then we can jump on news this week. If we do get something setting up well, I'll send a post out on all my social medias and the community tab here on YouTube as well. Okay, so with that pair covered, we'll move over to gold, which is another pair that we're holding. We have hit the supply zone at the top here at 1777. Currently we are 1,167 pips in profit. We have peaked at 1,566 pips. It's going pretty well again. I mean, that was a huge rally in a pretty quick succession. We have had a pullback since here to this broken zone of resistance, which looks to be providing some sort of support now. I can delete that. Yeah, and this is also looking like a good trade, but is this going to be a lower high here, and then we're going to break down and make a lower low and start moving a little bit bearish, because it is possible that gold could drop back a bit more. This looks like a demand zone here. It does look like we could drop back to this demand zone here for a continuation further up north, possibly. But as for now, we can just keep holding and keep moving our stop losses up as we move further up. Mine's currently here under the swing low. I might move it back just a little touch just in case we do visit this demand zone. Let's hope this one holds for a continuation longer term. So I'll keep my eye on that. So mark my words on this video. If I do see it drop back in price, I'll manually adjust the stop loss a little bit lower just in case we do come to this demand zone before we shoot back up in price again, because we've got plenty of profit to play with now. I mean, even that the stop loss at that position is, I'll just work out the pips, 140. So even that stop loss is well over 3 to 1. It's almost 4 risk to reward ratio. I think it is 4 risk to reward ratio. Sorry, 16. But yeah. So we're already banking 4% there if you used 1 at the bottom, at that position under the swing low here. So yeah, we're just going to keep watching this week mainly. This is the theme for this week, to keep watching the US dollar news. It's going to come out this week to see how it plays on the markets. We might even get a lot of whipsawing, just straight up and down. Yeah, and then we'll look for trend continuations at the beginning of next month. And hopefully the December rally for Christmas, that'll be nice, because usually it does happen, and so we'll see how that plays out. So with that per covered, we'll just have a quick look at the dollar and just see what it's doing. As you can see, we're trading in this demand zone, this big weekly demand zone now, but we're still creating lower lows, which is good to see. We're still creating lower highs, which is obviously good to see too. But yeah, if this big weekly demand zone breaks, then I can delete that. Then it's looking good for further bearish momentum on the dollar, which I'd like to see drop a bit more below, even under 100. That'd be great, because it'd be great for our GU trades and our gold trades. So yeah, obviously, as I said before, the theme for this week is watching the US dollar news coming out. So with that covered, we'll have a quick look at Bitcoin. As you can see, we broke below. I've said this last week. It looks like we've made a little bearish pennant coming down here. We broke up above that, but we're pretty much going to move sideways for a while now. But if it does come back down into this demand zone here, then I'm going to take a buy next time. So keep watching out for that post, which I'll send out to all the social media profiles. Yeah, so the next time it dips down into this weekly demand zone here at 15,000 to 15 to 16,000 area, I'll be placing a buy on a 50% consolidation candle. Yeah, so keep watching out for that one. So with that pair covered, we'll just have a quick look at Ethereum, which is pretty much the same as Bitcoin. I say it every week. You must get bored of watching these, and I'm saying the same stuff every week, but there's not really much to report on, unfortunately. A lot of sideways action, similar to Bitcoin. Just getting these little pennants going down, but a break to the upside would be nice, but we might have to wait until next year now before we see that. But it's not all too bad. You know, as we say, these are cheap prices. You've just got to be strong and hold for longer term, and patience always pays in the end. So yeah, we've just got to buy in at a nice area and just hold and be patient with it. So yeah, I hope you all have a good trading week this week. Not many new trades I could possibly give you. EURGBP, there was a trade there at the demand zone. We're holding our GBPUSD trade. We're holding gold still. As I said multiple times, there's a lot of USD news this week, so we should see some big action. Definitely on our trades with gold and GU. So there's a couple of things to watch out for this week, and react according to what happens in the markets. Okie doke. So sorry it's not an exciting one this week, but hopefully some big stuff happens this week, and then we're in December by the time we do a video next week, in the run up till Christmas. And historically gold does have a good bull run in the Christmas rally, so we'll see if that happens this year, because that'd be a nice present for us to end the year off, and give us more profit on the gold trade. So yeah, I'll see you all again next week. Cheers everyone, take care.